Okay, today's day 29. I believe I'm going to weigh myself at day 30 just because that was my initial plan, was to do 30 days of starch fast and then start the juice fast or starch solution diet and then start the juice fast. And I'm going to be continuing on the starch solution while I'm in my deadline project. And just to stick with my initial plan, I'll weigh myself at day 30 because I might go off the rails a little bit during the deadline, which I generally do. So I have less time, less control over what I'm cooking, eating, Sometimes I just go all cattywampus. And so we'll do 30-day weigh-in. And then I'll probably stay on the starch solution for another week, and then I'll start the 20-day juice fast. Oh boy. Anyway, today was all about eating and exercising. I did a lot of exercising today, and I did exercising yesterday, and I ended up sleeping in. I think it was because of, exercising strenuously. Got a good night's sleep, and that's good. But so I got a late start, and then I wanted to do my full regimen of exercise today. So did my yoga with Adrienne, I think that's her name, on the YouTube. And I really like her yoga. It's not just poses, it's a lot of stretching, kind of unusual stretches that really get to the heart of the matter. And I do kind of free form. I don't follow her, what she's doing actually, because I'm actually listening to a podcast usually while I'm doing the yoga, and I kind of lose track of the visuals. But I get a good yoga exercise. I think it was 16 minutes today, which was more than yesterday. And then I did about 30 minutes, I believe, of Roberta's Gym. That's also on YouTube. And I did arms and torso. And that was excellent because I really need work with my arms and my torso. I like to mix it up, but that's a real pinpointed video. I'll do that, again, but mix it up. And then I decided to go for my fresh air walk, and all the way to the park, which was quite a bit. It was kind of rainy. I wore my raincoat, my down vest, and I was dressed sufficiently, hat, gloves. I needed them, and I was listening to something, I can't remember what, while I was walking. And I got about to the high school, which is about halfway there, and Gary called and said he wanted to meet me for lunch. But the problem is, I said, well, you'll have to pick me up because, I'm halfway to someplace else. And then he said, okay, but then he called me back and said he had all tools in his truck and he couldn't pick me up. So I said, well, I'll walk there. So then I doubled back and walked to the town square, which was another 3-4 blocks. And then we had lunch, and then I walked all the way back, and I said, should I continue on my walk to the park? Because I really like going to the park. It's a beautiful park. And I just like that as a destination. So I continued walking to the park. I didn't walk all the way downhill because then you have to walk all the way uphill. And I was really fagged. I was like really tired. And I could feel it. And it was like, and I didn't have my quote unquote walking shoes, which are really quickly becoming my gardening shoes because they're really not good to walk in. They're way too heavy, but they're great for gardening. For some reason, they're just geared for that, which is good because I plan on doing a lot of gardening. So it's nice to have special shoes for them. But walking, I wore my running shoes today, and they're lighter. They're more conducive to a fast stride. So I got all the way to the top of the hill at the park. I turned around, and I walked back. And boy, by the time I got home, I was just dragging. And I started feeling like I was an athlete, like athletes like Rich Roll, David Goggins. They extend themselves to exhaustion to build up their ability to do it again and do it more and get fit. And so I felt like it was a really good exercise day. And then what did I do? What did I do? My goodness. I had pancakes to start for breakfast in terms of the food. And then for lunch, I had soaked chickpeas last night. And before I went on my walk, I spiced them and put them into the air fryer. So when I got home, I was just taking handfuls of these chickpeas. And earlier in the day, I had been hungry, so I had an apple, which was great progress. I love it when I have an apple for a snack. It's great. But then for my lunch, I made baked potato, asparagus, um, cauliflower, steamed cauliflower with the cheese topping. I put it in the air fryer, once it was all steamed, cooked, and just kind of to melt the cheese and heat the baked potato. And that was very, very satisfying. And then I had 3 cookies and my vanilla cream, which was really good. And then what did I do? I don't know. I was just really wiped out, and I was just kind of bouncing around the house. Um, okay, so I meditated, and then for dinner, I had 2 grillers and a lot of sweet potato fries with all kinds of condiments. And I was like pigging out, I was like kind of purposefully pigging out. And it was because I was so tired, and I didn't really want to do anything. I ended up doing a couple of tasks, but, I was just tired, and anyway, well, that was that, I didn't go crazy with eating, I ate more than I really needed to, but I did a lot of exercising, and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. The thing is, I didn't get to the rec center and do my resistance training because I really was just too tired. And I thought, that's too much. So I didn't do that. So I stayed home and I ate. But that's not good. But I'm going to continue with this exercising because I am enjoying it, I mean, I did a little too much today, but I'm really enjoying it. I feel so much better, so much lighter. I feel like my goal is within reach. And that's an excellent thing, I feel like I've worked my way out of prison, I was in a fat cell. And I see people who are so overweight, and I think they're just like in jail, and I just look them in the eyes, and I'm like, just keep going. Like if I see them at the rec center, it's like, just keep coming back. But it's such a long journey. It's like, as far out as you go, you got to come back, and it's not so much fun coming back as it is going there. And eventually, it's not even fun going there. So it's not fun either way. It's a heck of a thing. But anyway, so that's where I'm at on day 29, April 2022, Starch Solution Eating Journal.